Hi, this is Tamika with Pastries, Pumps, and Pine. I'm here with a Plan With Me video and my Classic Happy Planner for the week of July the 20th. Yes. All right, so I was supposed to go out of town this past week, but in true fashion, we had horrible rainstorms, horrible flooding in some parts of Texas. You know, they love to flood us in Texas. And so that halted my travel plans. We had a tornado actually touch down here in San Antonio, which is very rare. We don't have that happen here a lot. Did a little bit of damage, and then the storms kept coming, and I mean, my neighborhood floods from a regular rain, so imagine that. The flooding was pretty bad. There were several little towns right outside of San Antonio that were evacuated, highways closed off. It happens all the time. So all of that kind of halted my plans. So I talked to my cousins in Dallas, and they were even having some bad weather there. So we're like, no, it's not a good time for me to go up there. Because one, I-35, if you've ever driven I-35 in Texas, you know it's horrible. I call it the death highway because it's crazy. And I have to go through Austin to get to Dallas. And you know when you've arrived in Austin, because all the traffic comes to a stop. It's always traffic. And so I didn't go. I'm hoping to go this weekend. The only thing about going this weekend is I literally have to go back to work on Monday, the 27th. It was earlier in this past week that realization dawned on me, and I was like, I literally have one more week and I have to go back to work. And I know I'm gonna cry. That's why part of me is just like, go out of town. Because whether you go or you don't go, the same fate awaits you on the 27th. You still gotta go back to work. So yeah. But anyways, I am going to decorate my planner this week with this La Dolce Vita Summer subscription kit from Rongrong. I never got around to doing the unboxing of the May kit or this June kit, but I think this June kit is more fitting for summer, and so I'm gonna use this one in my planner this week. And eventually I'll get around to doing unboxing videos for the May one. Sorry for the noise. They did make these a lot easier to open. These were held open when we were first getting these. I went ahead and let it renew automatically for me to get the next 6 months of the year. So I'll be getting those as well. All right, let's see what we've got in this kit. Again, this one is called La Dolce Vita Summer. So we'll flip through this real quick, and then I will show you. Well, I will do my Plan With Me. What am I talking about? Then I'll do my Plan With Me. Okay, so let me take this. I've been collecting all these stickers. I thought I was going to be able to use them in a junk journal spread, but I haven't been able to quite yet. But yeah, let's look at the PET tape first. PET pet tape. I've heard it said both ways. For me, it's PET tape because that's how I first heard it, and so that's what I call it. I think pet tape just sounds horrible, but I first heard it called PET tape, so that's what I call it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me put this off to the side here. So we're starting here at this Dolce Limon sticker. So this has an Italiana feel to it. Some Polaroids, some olive branches and olives. I do not like any olive of any kind. Vespas, some pottery. You can find really cool like textures and patterns from Italian things. Chasing Coastal Dreams. Got the florals and lemons. Some scrap pieces there. Beautiful girl with her lemon skirt. Under their Polaroid, La Dolce Vita. Under the Amalfi Sun. I love these scenes. I think it would be nice to visit Europe one day. I've never done that, but that would be nice. Celebrate the Sweet Life. A nice little cluster of florals there. Her in her cute orange dress. You got the figs. More Polaroids. I love all the different patterns here. Look at her sipping her tea or coffee. La Dolce Vita Summer. Like I said, I love all the different prints and textures that you find in Italian things. I love it. The textiles and stuff. I love this sticker here. This is a really nice length of stickers before we get to the repeat, because we haven't gotten to it yet. And now we're back where we started. So that's pretty long. So, of course, you will see in the planner kit that there's going to be a lot of these images repeated, but the good thing is you have a lot of them still here in the PET tape that you can use as well. So it's very, very nice. Like I said, I love all the different patterns and textures that are in here. I love that a lot. I remember Planners Anonymous had a kit called Sunday Roast. It had these beautiful like Italian Spanish looking tiles in it. I love that. So there's that. And then here's the pen. They all come with a pen. This pen seems slightly different from my other ones, maybe because it's yeah, it's slightly different than one of the other ones I've had. Most of the other ones were like this. This one has like a jelly feel to the barrel. And I believe it's also a gel pen. One thing I did like about these pens is that they seem to be pretty fast drying. Here's my little makeshift cutting board that I had from last week. But yeah, that is the pen. And then let's take a look in the planning kit. So it starts with the paper stickers. So we get a look at those first. There's some functional and some decorative stickers there. Love it. Again, I love all the textured items. Love the girls. I love the Rongrong girls. I love how some of the boxes have those textures. You have your header boxes, today, to do, work, personal, goals, and appointment, and tons of bullet points, which I love. I love bullet points. There's usually enough day stickers to do a whole month. Like if you wanted to use this kit for your entire month, there's enough there. You've got enough date dots to date your monthly and to date your weeks as well. And I love that she utilizes the extra space with little bitty icons around the dates. So there's always that. And then here we have some alphabet, 3 sets with some more numbers on there. I love this long strip sticker there. And these go into the clear stickers, Celebrate the Sweet Life. All these different goodies that you will find. Is this Italian or is it Spanish? I think it's Italian. Dolce is Italian. Okay. Under the Amalfi Sun again, like the map and all the vintage looking things as well. Yummy. Love that. I love these swatches too. And then this is a whole strip here. I love that. And then these are actual washi. It's not like a paper sticker washi, it's literal washi. So this is one thick strip here. And then you have the stripe one, this one with the lady. So this one's so pretty. And the plaid there. The lemons, joy in the simple moments. So it's another stripe, more lemons. Love this pattern and that too. And then this is some vellum, very nice. And then this one, I don't know if you can see these very well, but they're so pretty. That's cute. It's all collaged already, like a junk journal page. This beautiful pattern here. I have not used a lot of my vellum pieces. Sometimes it's very challenging to use vellum, but I think I need to start doing that more. I like this one because it looks like two separate little pieces with the rip and tear there. I like that. These are one-sided pages. These are actual scrapbook papers, these last few pages I'm showing you here. I love this one with these tiles. Very, very pretty. And then here's another one. And that is everything in the monthly planner kit. So I'm going to use all of this to plan for the week. Hopefully I can still go out of town like I plan to do. I have a nice whole road trip thing going here. And I'm not going to even be, I didn't even get to go. I would have been just getting ready to come back home, but it didn't work out. The weather blocked me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's just start with the dates. Let's go to that page. Now, which color do I want to use? That's the question. Let's do this one. Tweezers, oh, where are you? Here's a pair. I don't know where my other pair are. But yeah, so I ended up not going out of town. And I didn't really end up doing anything else. Kind of just lazed around. I did get to meet with my coworker. I was supposed to meet with two coworkers. Well, we're not coworkers right now. We used to work together a few years back. And we're supposed to all three meet up, and one canceled at the last minute. I'm going to knock him over the head when I do see him again. He always does that to us. And we really thought he was going to show up this time, and he didn't. But it was nice hanging out. So I did get to do that this past week. Other than that, I didn't really do anything. Like, I didn't really do anything because of the weather. Even at the beginning of the week, before I was even ready to go out of town, I'm going to use the blue date dots. Even before I was going to go out of town, I needed to go pick up the sticker for my car, because I don't know if I've even mentioned that. I've got a new car on here. Keep forgetting to post a photo. But I got a new car and my sticker came in, and I was like, oh, I'll go get my sticker. Then that weather, and like I said, the flood's easy in this town, and the dealership is off the side of one of the highways, and it kind of, when you exit and you're on the access road, it kind of dips down and it floods a lot right there. So, and then a lot of the roads, even the back roads, flood easily. So I ended up not going. I waited a day, and then I went and got my sticker. The furthest I went really at the first couple of days of the week was just very close vicinity of my house. But yeah, it wasn't much to do when you had all this flooding. Now, one of my church members, unfortunately, she was at work, I guess, when the flooding started and everything, when the weather got bad. And so her coworkers, I think, had tried to, I did not want this, wrong sticker, but tried to tell her of an alternate route home. And she ended up going into a spot that was heavily flooded, and her car got swept away. And she was able to kick the door open and get out, and get rescued. So I am just so happy and grateful to God for sparing her. Like, I can't even imagine. We were in the middle of prayer meeting at church when we got word of that. And it's like my pastor was in the middle of doing his little sermon for prayer meeting, and he's like, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop and pray right now. And we just start praying right then and there and thanking God, you know, for sparing her. And so happy that she's still with us. And I mean, that's a lot. That's a whole lot to, whew, it's a lot, okay? I remember Rongrong does not have checklist. That always bothered me because I always want a checklist, but she doesn't have checklists. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put this here on Thursday. Ooh, not so fast, buddy. Turn it the other way, because once you kind of wrinkle that sticker, it makes it a little hard to keep it straight. And then we're gonna layer this on top. Nope, that was going out crooked. So yeah, we just thank God. I've only heard of about a couple of people like losing their lives. There were some areas that flooded pretty badly, you know, but that's what happens here. Like, that's still crooked. It happens a whole lot here in Texas. I enjoy living here, and one reason I haven't moved away, one reason I haven't moved away is because I'm gonna pull this off and then just, one reason I haven't moved away from Texas is because of the weather. And when it comes to like natural disasters and stuff like that, I don't think we have as much as other states. And so that's one reason I stay. And I don't want to be anywhere where there's cold weather. I don't want to be anywhere where they have a real winter. So that is one reason why I stay here, and I haven't moved on to anywhere else. But sometimes I think about it. I do think about it, you know. I'm going to use this page of bullet points so I can use some different colors here. I'm going to make me a list here. Yes, all my stuff is going in a little diagonal, but we're going to let it be. We're going to let it be. But yeah, I'm just so blessed and thankful and grateful that God spared lives, you know. Sure, there's a lot of people that have damages or have lost their homes and cars, and you know, it's just sad. And you know, God was in the mix, because water is a force to be reckoned with, and to just get through that speaks volumes. So I don't have work or anything like that this week. But I can use some of these other headers. I was using these Rongrong subscription kits for my work planner. That's mainly what I was using them for the first few months of the year. And it was great because I could just plan my whole month in my work planner with these, or maybe switch up a week with something else if I chose to do so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some bullet points on Tuesday as well. But yeah, it was an interesting week with the weather. Then before we know it, we were back to getting very high temperatures in the mid to high 90s. That's Texas for you. Yep. You may have heard people say that we could have every season in one day, and that is so true. Texas weather is very, very crazy. I remember when I was a kid, we would like plan out everything that we were going to wear for the week. And as I became an adult, I quickly realized, no. Don't even bother, because the weather could change at any minute on you. So I don't really bother planning for the whole week anymore. I just try to plan for the next day. And even then you think you have planned, and then you wake up in the morning and it's something different. Or it could be freezing cold in the morning and blazing hot in the afternoon. Very, very nice and sunny in the morning, cool and rainy in the afternoon. We just never know sometimes here. That's just what it is. It's Texas for you. I don't know why we even get surprised or shocked by any of it anymore. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna put this girl up here. Alrighty. All right, I need to put some more functional stuff here. Let's do this. With this dark blue, I guess. I'm gonna do this one like this. And again, I think I put that down crooked. Like, I don't know, stickers just don't want to play nice today. I don't know what it is. It's you, Tamika, it's you. Go ahead, say it, I know. I'll make this easier on myself and just put this flush against here. So my mom is off this week, so I'm going to try and spend time with her for sure this week. And then my godson too. We're planning to go to our favorite waffle spot. I don't even know how many miles away that place is, but it's about an hour-and-a-half drive away, and people think I'm crazy that I travel that far for a waffle. But let me tell you, people, you have no idea how beautiful the waffle is. You have no idea. It is a beautiful thing. It's called Waffle Love. So if you're ever in the Austin, Round Rock area in Texas, they're open Monday through Saturday. They used to be open on Sundays, and I would go on Sundays. I would make trips on Sundays sometime because my worship day is Saturday, so I don't try and do any buying and selling or working or any of that stuff on Saturdays. So when they stopped being open on Sundays, I wanted to cry because I was like, now when am I going to get there? So the only time that I can get there now is if I literally take off work or if there's a holiday. That's the only time I can get myself there. So because I'm on vacation and I'm on summer break, I'm able to get myself there. But otherwise, when would I get there? Like, when would I get there? I would literally have to take off work. So it's things like that that just kind of make me like, you know. But yeah, whenever I can, I make that trip because I love that place and those waffles are everything. I don't know, I'm sure I've probably talked about these people before on my channel. Again, it's called Waffle Love. I first found out about Waffle Love watching the food truck race on the Food Network. And they had a food truck and they were competing and they were doing really well. And so I got on my computer and I was like, let me see what other locations they have. And I'm looking and I see that they have a location in Texas. And I'm like, oh, yes, baby. And it's in Round Rock. And I'm like, oh my God, right outside of Austin, super close to me. So yeah, I've been trying forever to get my older brother and my sister-in-law there, but they're so busy all the time. They both run their own businesses and it's very hard to get them and pull them aside and have them, you know, go with us. My mom was very reluctant to go at first. She and I were coming back from visiting my cousins one time for Thanksgiving. And I convinced her to stop. I said, well, let's stop. Let's stop and get waffles on the way back. Oh, she was won over for sure. She was won over. Because like, yeah, everything is really good there. The waffles are not like a battered waffle. They're more like a dough. They're called Leach waffles and they're fantastic. Okay, just fantastic waffles. All right, I feel like I need something right here and then I'll be good. Let's see, do I want to put another girl? I don't think I do. Let's put, let me grab, oh, there's that girl. Do I want to put another girl? Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to take this. I take this. I want to layer them somehow. Okay. All right, my bad. This happened to me one day last week when I was filming. I really need to remove a bunch of stuff and put it on my external hard drive. So I ran out of space. So I had to go and delete a couple of things and give myself at least some temporary room until I move some files over onto my external hard drive. So we're going to layer that on top there. I think that looks good. And let's put this here, Chasing Coastal Dreams, because again, I don't have a lot going on. And even if I don't get to go out of town, which I'm hoping I can still go for a few days, but even if I don't, I don't have a lot going on. There's a lot I could be doing to prepare for work. I don't feel like it. Like I just don't. I don't feel like putting too much effort into anything yet until I get more clarification on how some things are gonna be once I get back. So there's that. I did a lot of that last summer, a bunch of planning and all this stuff. I put together a whole writing initiative for my entire campus. I had a bunch of stuff planned out for last year and nothing went as planned because there wasn't cooperation. There wasn't the support. It was just pretty sad. Like, we didn't do the writing initiative at all. Like, it just didn't happen. Which was pretty sad. I had an entire I can't think of the right word right now, but like an opener to everything, which was going to be like the start off for it. And it was going to be a scavenger hunt around the campus, a writing scavenger hunt. I had prizes and everything ready. I had purchased prizes for every month of the year. I had all this stuff planned out. I did get to do the scavenger hunt with our reading intervention class. I at least got to do that with them. And they loved it. They actually loved it. So imagine if I had been able to put the whole writing initiative into place for the year. But with the support not being there, it just wasn't going to happen. And the support was definitely not there. And it was pretty sad. Yeah, there were so many things I tried to do last year that I didn't get to do because cooperation and support were lacking. And I have just decided I'm not going to put all my energy like that this time around. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that to end up with the same old. So yeah, that's where I'm at with stuff for the school year. I'm just like, I'm not overexerting myself anymore. What for? Like, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Just like not doing it. I'm going to do my job and I'm going to do it well, but I'm not going to overexert myself. No. When I tell you there were so many different things I had in place and I didn't get to do really any of it. Any of it. Things that would have really improved stuff on our campus. You know what I mean? I mean, thankfully, we still saw some growth with writing. We could still do better. But I don't know. I think with the writing initiative, it was purposely worked out so that I couldn't do it. That's my belief on that one. Some could say that I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I'm wrong on that. I think it was all intentional so that I wouldn't do it. But you're not hurting me by not letting me do it. You're hurting the kids. That's who's hurting from it, not me, because the kids needed it. I didn't need it for myself. You know what I mean? I didn't need it for myself. I think I should bring some more of this in. I wonder if I can raise this up a little bit. I think this looks good. I'm trying to think, do I want to add anything else? Amazingly, I didn't add any of the washi, which at this point I think is a little too late to add anything in because I don't really have any space for it now. I have space here and I could maybe put something up here, but looking at the washi strips, I think they're all a little on the thicker side. So I'm just gonna pass on putting the washi down right now. I do feel like I need to bring in this floral, but let me see if I have another piece that's not as long. So let me check the PET tape for that because I have the florals here and I feel like I need to balance them out. So let's go over here to the PET tape. Oop, there's a nice little piece right there. But let me see if I can find something just a little wider than that with those same types of florals. Nah, that's just as wide as the one in the book. Okay, I think this is the full one, similar to this one over here. I don't know, let's take this. We will use this piece. I'm just gonna put it down here. And I think that helped balance out those florals. Kind of want to put in another girl, like right in here. Let's do her. I have her in the other stickers, but since I already have this roll, let's go ahead and pull her from here. And I think she'll fit here perfectly because she's cut off at the bottom there. Two. Okay. She's looking cool. All right, I think that's gonna do. All right, let me roll this back up. And we will. So again, this was one of the Rongrong monthly planning kit. And this is the one for June. I don't know if these are like one time only. You can get these only in the planning kits, or if you can get these stickers outside of the planning kit. That I'm really not sure, and it's a good question now that I think about it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what I use. This is my spread. I think it turned out good. I love all the different colors together. I tried to incorporate as many of them as I could and disperse them throughout both pages pretty evenly. Only thing is I got some pink over here. I don't really have any pink over here. I don't think that's too big of an issue. Well, there's the pink here in her dress, her skirt there, so I guess I'm good. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. Have you been to Italy? Let me know in the comments. I've never been. I'd like to go. I wish the washi strips were not real washi, like on paper, some of them, because then I could cover up these, what do you call those? Ice creams. But we're just gonna leave them. All right, comment below, let me know what you think. Also, guys, don't forget to slay, subscribe, like, and accept the alerts so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.